You own all of the stocks, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, Alphabet. There is no waning optimism on Wall Street, and it's worth pointing that out today. No less than 22 target bumps from analysts on Wall Street for Amazon today, the highest being 4,600 from Cowen and J.P. Morgan. You've got 3 4,500s from Wells and Deutsche and JMP and a number of other lofty numbers within that, too. So, you know, the street is not backing away from the optimism in any way, shape, or form going forward.
Right. The street isn't. But I think what the market's been telling you is that, you know, it is anticipating that at some point, you know, sequential earnings are going to slow. Sequential earnings growth is likely to slow for a lot of these large companies. But I think what we saw this quarter is that certainly hasn't happened yet. And I think we were all expecting that it might. Just looking at a company like Apple, for example, you know, we had expected that some of the iPad and iPhone sales would likely slow sequentially, and that's certainly not what we saw. Clearly, people are not done buying there yet. And same thing for Amazon, where I think this is a trend that really was solidly in place pre-COVID, and really e-commerce has picked up a lot of ground over the last year, and we think it's here to stay. I mean, we think in terms of Amazon, this is a trend that's here to stay. E-commerce still makes up a relatively small percentage of total retail sales. So we think there's plenty of room to go. And as it relates to Amazon, I think if you look at the profitability of the company, as AWS continues to grow, as advertising continues to grow, those should continue to cause the company to become more and more profitable. So there are a lot of really solid stories here. I think for us, big picture, if we look at earnings coming into the first quarter for the S&P 500, we were looking for 24% earnings growth. If we take what's been reported thus far and what's expected from the remainder of companies that haven't reported, we're looking at earnings growth of more like 46%. That's a huge percentage increase. I think it's what we needed. It's really telling that earnings expectations could be low this year that are out there. And I think we need to see that. It's a great sign that, you know, earnings are finally growing into where the stock market has already gone, and there could be more of that to come in the remaining quarters of the year.
You know, Steve Weiss, I need to correct myself, too. The highest target right now on Amazon on the street is not 4,600, as I said. It's 5,500. 5,500 at Susquehanna, Steve Weiss. $2,000 higher than where the stock is trading now. Are we getting out of our minds? I mean, $5,500 for these stocks?
Well, clearly that analyst is looking for attention, and that's one of the old Wall Street tricks, is that you have the highest or the lowest price target out there. So you get the phone calls that say, hey, why are you so much above everybody else? Look, to me, analyst price targets are directional. I think it's lunacy to have that. I hope they get there because I own it. But I'm not banking on it.
But we're not.
I'd like a nice march upward.
Sure, but what we're essentially saying is we're trying to get where the direction of the narrative is, if you will, right? You take them collectively and you say, I've got 22 new price target bumps from Amazon today. So collectively, that says something about where the narrative is. And I venture to guess if I looked at what the most recent target bumps were for the other big stocks that I mentioned out of the tech sphere, they'd be all the same, too. You'd have 20 bumps across the board. So while maybe investor optimism is waning a touch, the market reaction would tell you as such. Wall Street is not on board with that. They're like on the bus, and the bus is like full pedal to the metal.
Yeah, I think part of the issue is while we know Amazon and the others have picked up incremental customers, it's difficult to see where this big untapped audience of stock buyers is coming in for Amazon or Microsoft or Apple. It's money that's on the sidelines that's more likely going to buy it. Because if you're in the market and you missed Amazon up to this point, I don't know if you're going in there today and buying it. You wait for a pullback. So I do think the street is got to raise their price targets. How could you not when they blow out the numbers? So, but yes, it's a sell in the news. I'm not concerned about it. I don't think it's any, prophecy on the market overall.